Did the American fighters underperform at UFC 309? John Jones had a fantastic performance. You can't say anything against that. He got the finish. That's what we need to see. That's what the American people will get behind. That takes me to Bo Nickel, who had a great performance. I think he won every single round, and he still got booed by the American fans. And when I heard that, I thought to myself, wow, whoa, whoa, he won. He won. And but then I thought about it and I said, I don't think they're being too harsh, man. You got guys like Hamza Shemaev, who was, when he was a prospect, right? Nobody knew who he was, number one. He came, like, he was just, oh, here's Hamza Shemaev. And he was smashing people, finishing people, and making it look easy. Bo Nickel comes in with a lot more pedigree than that, right? People say he can make a wrestling team right now, a world team right now. He has to go out there and prove why he's a minus 1,200 favorite. He has to. He has to. Against Paul Craig, who's good, right? I wouldn't say Paul Craig's an elite middleweight. President-elect Donald Trump is in attendance front row for your fight. You have to go out there, finish the Scotlander, and bring his head to Donald Trump. The way Hamza Shemaev does, okay? When Hamza Shemaev, he's got killer instinct. This is where I want to go with Bo. Bo didn't show that killer instinct. He showed, I'm an athlete and I'm a competitor, sure, but that finishing instinct that we love was not there. John Jones showed it. Michael Chandler showed it to a degree, right? He had that one big hope spot in the 5th round where he caught Charles with the left hook, and Charles went back like this, hurting, and then he kept following him up, and then he literally threw himself off balance with an overhand left, and, Charles took his back, and that was the end of the hope spot. Chandler needs to work on his composure. He needs to, dude, if he could have finished Charles Oliveira in that 5th round had he just took his time. He didn't take his time. No, he got way too excited. And I don't know what he was doing rounds 1 through 4, but Michael Chandler, if you watch the first fight, he had the left hook open all day, and he was landing the left hook every time he threw it. And there was no left hook really in this fight. He didn't believe in it. He didn't keep with it. And when he did throw it, it was just, I'm gonna throw this like a caveman and get off my feet, get knocked off balance. No, bro. Take your time and really throw the left hook, because he could have finished Charles Oliveira, dude. Charles Oliveira, again, watch the first fight. He got dropped numerous times. But ultimately, this is how it ended. Charles Oliveira on his back. Michael Chandler showed that, American spirit, that American heart. And that to me makes his performance better than Bo Nickel's. I'm going to just say that. Those people do not want to watch a Bo Nickel fight again unless it is to see him lose, because credit to Bo Nickel, he stood on business and he was talking about, listen, man, you guys don't know what you're talking about. That's the overall feel. He didn't say those words. He said it much better, but, I don't have his shit memorized. Anyways, he's basically telling people Paul Craig is good, and I'm running my career how I want to run my career. If you guys have an issue with it, that's cool. You guys could talk about it. He was very, he's a super smart guy and things like that. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying nothing negative about Bo Nickel, other than the fact that from what we saw, I think he would have had a better chance of winning that crowd support, which is what I think he wants. I don't think Bo Nickel wants to be a heel. I don't. I really don't think he wants to be. Could he be the next John Jones? You know what I mean? Who knows? I don't know. If American fighters want to get the support of the American people, they have to finish fights, and they have to have exciting fights. You know what I mean? You can't go in there and be trying to point fight or trying to be a Ben Askren that thinks he's Dan Henderson. That's how I would paint Bo Nickel. He's a Ben Askren who thinks he's Dan Henderson, in the sense of yeah, let me throw these overhand Let me throw these overhand shots 50 times to finally get the guy to react to one of them and be hurt by one of them, when in reality I could just take this guy down and control him and have a 10-8 round every single time. You know what I mean? Bo Nickel would have been much more dominant had he just taken down Paul Craig, because once again, you know, what he did with Gordon Ryan. The United States fighters, I want to see them do better. I do. I want to see the United States go out there and up the finish rate. You got competition. It used to be in MMA you had just Brazil. You know, it used to be just American fighters, Brazilian fighters, and who else really? Now you got Dagestan, you got Spain, you got Georgia. Look at what Marab just did to Sean O'Malley. You know what I mean? You got, hey, Spain just knocked out Max Holloway, who's Hawaiian, American, you know? American fighters, they got to kick it up, bro. They got to kick it up. And this is who we have. We got a veteran American fighter right here, an all-time great American fighter right here, and Bo Nickel, who has the potential to become an all-time great American fighter. You know what I'm saying? And I just think all-time greatness requires certain things. And that is going out there and getting that finish like John Jones does and has done throughout his entire career. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, whether you agree, disagree, it doesn't matter. Just join the discussion, follow for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.